Hello everyone, I am Shashwati Das. I am a PhD student at the Center for Space Science and Engineering Research. Today, I will be taking you through my poster titled A Multi-Tracer Analysis to study the chemical composition changes associated with the 2019 sudden stratospheric warming dynamics using SOFI observations. In figure 1, top panel, we have the SOFI temperature time series. As we can see that the stratopause descends to lower altitudes and very rapidly then elevates to altitudes much higher than its usual climatological height. In the lower panel, we have MERA-2 zonal mean zonal wind observations measured at 10 HPA and 60 degrees north. On the 2nd of January 2019, the value reversed from positive to negative, indicating that this was the day of the SSW. In figure 2 panel A, we have nitric oxide, which is very abundant at higher altitudes and gradually descends to lower altitudes with days passing after the SSW event. In the panel B, we have water, which is low in concentration at higher altitudes, but descends to lower altitudes after the SSW. Similar to water in panel C, we have methane, which is low in concentration at higher altitudes, but is abundant at lower altitudes and descends to lower altitudes after the SSW event. In panel D, we have the secondary ozone maxima, which is between 85 and 93 kilometers. The ozone concentration here is abundant initially, but eventually tends to decrease at a period coincident to the elevated stratopause. In panel E, we have atomic oxygen that has been derived from SOFI ozone measurements using the method described in Smith et al. 2010. As we can see that after the SSW event, the concentration of atomic oxygen moves to lower altitudes before it comes back to its usual climatological height within a few weeks. In figure 3, we have the correlation between water and NO for the 5 years 2004, 2006, 2009, 2013 and 2019 using SOFI as well as coincident measurements from ACE. As we can see that at comparable values of NO, the lowest minimum H2O value is present for 2009 and it is the highest in 2019. This measurement has been made at 55 kilometers and this indicates that the strongest descent occurred in 2009 and the weakest descent occurred in 2019 at 55 kilometers. In plot 4, we have the correlation, we want to see the correlation by plotting nitric oxide and ozone time series at 45 kilometers. And as we can see that in 2004, at a time when the concentration of NO was high, the concentration of ozone was quite low. Similar is the case for 2019 and 2006. For comparison, we have the non-descent year 2015 plotted in green, and as we can see that when the concentration of NO is quite low, the concentration of ozone is quite stable, and this is the case for other years which have very less NO at 45 kilometers. In figure 5, we have 4 10-day bins that are in which we show the vertical transport rate calculated using NO, water and methane. In the first 10 days, we can see that there are 2 bumps here which are peak values of H2O at 74 and 68 kilometers. This peak gradually descends by 4 to 5 kilometers in every 10 days, and in the last set of 10 days there is no peak seen. However, there is a descent, and as we can see, new NO is formed here in the third set of 10 days, and this goes on. So in summary, we can say that the 2019 SSW event was a dynamic one which led to the transport of species to lower altitudes, as well as the change in the spatial and temporal secondary ozone and the descent of atomic oxygen to lower altitudes. With this, I have reached the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I look forward to seeing you at the CEDAR 2021 virtual poster session. Thank you for watching.